Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Through the Cowl. Here we are with another episode, and it was a sunny weekend, and now it has turned into monsoon.
It was so lovely. My mum had come to visit, and so
Yeah,
although she drove down in thick fog,
yeah,
the rest of the time was beautiful. It was so nice. And then she went home yesterday,
yeah.
and you're right, like literally the heavens have just opened.
So she needs to come back. That's what you're saying. She needs to come back and bring the sunshine with her.
She does, absolutely, and then stay forever.
Yes. So what did you guys get up to? How was it?
Oh, it was so nice. So we went out every day.
Yeah,
And so she's post her treatment, as you know.
yeah.
Honestly, this is like the best I've seen her.
Oh, good. That's amazing.
What it's called rituximab or something.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's helped with other things as well.
Okay.
Like before, she would be quite breathless when she was walking, and she was
Yeah.
like, "Let's go, let's
Yeah.
go." It's like, she was like, "Yes, darling, come on, next shot."
Yeah. She's on to that. She's on that secret serum. You know.
Yeah, so that was
40
lovely to see, like
Yeah.
so nice. Yeah, we went out for lunch. We went and watched King of the Planet of the Apes, which I will talk about later.
Yeah, I literally
Uh,
cannot wait to see that. I missed a couple of opportunities. I wanted to go see it yesterday, but my head wasn't there. But like, all I keep seeing is the clips, and all I keep saying in my head all the time is, "What a wonderful day!" It's stuck in my head. I keep seeing
yes.
clips all the time.
Yeah,
Hey,
he has a
it's
real
worse.
presence.
Hey, it's worse. And
You do
obviously,
sound like him, actually.
yeah. What a wonderful day! So I keep seeing the clips from Kevin Durant and his interviews and stuff like that. And it just looks so good. I'm so excited to see
Missing
it.
the crown, but otherwise you've got it nailed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So good to have Mama Harris down. Shame she's gone home. Yeah. Speaking about, it's been a family week. My brother, pain in the ass he is, my little baby brother, had an accident in Thailand. And he's okay now. He'll be banged up and bruised. Luckily, he's built like a superhero. So
Okay.
I'm thinking that saved him.
Yeah. Was it, what type of accident was it?
So him and my sister are out in Thailand at the moment, for, getting ready for his supposed to be a birthday trip. They went on a ATV sort of quad bike tour. They did all the bits and pieces. On their way back, they're going down this hill, and his brakes on his ATV failed, and
Oh,
he's gone into a barrier, and then gone over the barrier into a ditch. And he's gone
sugar.
into the ditch. He's like banged his head on a tree and just
He's
scraped
done a
himself.
Hawkeye. Has he done a Hawkeye?
He's done a bit of a Hawkeye, yeah. Luckily not as bad as Hawkeye, thank God. Um, but he's all right today. Very banged up, very bruised. Still going to enjoy another week of holiday, hopefully, as much as he can.
And he's got your sister.
Yeah,
With
our
him.
sister,
Yeah.
our
Okay.
sister with him, so she's definitely taking care of him. She's very hands on when it comes to her brothers.
Is she
she's
the oldest?
No, she's the middle,
Oh, okay.
but she seems to think she's the oldest, and
Hmm,
like tries
hmm.
to, but she's definitely the smallest. But she tries to
Ah.
exhume her dominance somehow.
I'm sure he's very pleased to have one of you there. So
Yeah, I kept thinking like, oh, I should have been there. I should have been there. I don't. It's just one of those things. I haven't been
you
able to
couldn't
sleep.
have jumped off and stopped to the brakes yourself, Lawrence.
I did. I have thought that. Or I even thought where if he'd sort of like, I'm sure I'd have been close to him. If he'd let me know there was an issue, I would have potentially got in front of him with my bike or my ATV and probably like let him bump into the back and slow him down.
Jump
Yeah,
on.
you know. In hindsight, that's what I think I would have done.
How dare you have caused this from
I
another
know.
country?
I know. So I've banned him from all motor vehicles when he's back to normal
Yes.
and back in the UK because I don't
Says the guy who drives a motorcycle to London.
I know that I'm very very much a hypocrite on this one. but it's made me think. It hasn't really made me think twice actually. I love motorbikes.
Well, you were quite good. You don't go in it's super rainy, do you? So as long as
Yeah,
you
I do.
maintain a risk,
I do go when it's
a
up. It depends.
risk-minded attitude.
It depends on how bad it is, but I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty careful. But the thing is, you obviously have to worry about other drivers. It's not always yourself. It's the other drivers
Yeah,
not seeing you or certain issues. But I think I'm very switched on. I'm always like, I think that comes from
yeah,
why I was good at some sports I played because I have like quite good peripheral vision. I almost can anticipate what's happening around me, especially when I'm in a vehicle or on the bike sort of thing. Hopefully that
yeah.
stays with me. But yeah, so brother should be back soon. Like I said, I'm speaking to him all the time, like 2, 3 times a day. They had me up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because I sort of that's
It's
early
hard to
morning
go
for
back
them.
to sleep after that adrenaline rush of terror.
Exactly. So I'm pretty knackered
Thank
today,
goodness.
but he's all good, and I'm
Good.
happy he's all right. And see, today's his birthday. Not
Oh,
they were supposed to go off to a place called Fifi on a speedboat today, but they said nah, that's not it. Can't do that. He can't get his
no.
can't get his dressings and stuff wet or anything. So I told him stay local, have some nice food,
Yeah.
and
Get ready for the next bit of the
yeah,
trip and
yeah,
hopefully enjoy that a bit more. Yeah.
yeah. And that is a long travel, even between because you have to stop in Dubai, so it's going to be a long trip from obviously Thailand to Dubai, and then he's got a few days in Dubai, and then he's got to come back from Dubai to here, which so it's a long
That's
old
7 hours, I think, on the way home, Dubai.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a long haul.
Oh, bless him.
But other than that, I'm surviving. But I did it
Good.
has had really made me think about like even more about the people around me and like how I would react if something happened to them. And it's like I realized I'm soft and gooey on the inside.
I'm mushy in there.
Yeah, I'm just like sending out text messages to like my older kids and all that sort of stuff. Like saying, I love you today. Like last
Daddy
night,
loves you.
Daddy loves you. I was like, and
Never
then
forget that.
yeah, and then this morning again, I was like, yeah, love you.
Well, that's a good thing. We should definitely say that to the people we care about. So,
Yeah,
and
and
show them in other ways.
yeah, so seeing my brother was attempting to be a superhero, let's go and talk about in our top three today. Someone who
Yes.
played an iconic superhero. I would say, one of the best superheroes and best portrayals of a superhero. Our top three today was some given to us by one of
My
your friends.
mama.
Oh, your Mama Harris,
Mama Harris.
another superhero,
Absolutely.
and she gave us
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. Now,
She loves him.
I can't think of many people who don't. He is a true English gentleman.
Yes, a big, true ladies'
Yeah,
gentleman.
big English gentleman. So top three for him. He's been around a while, but he still feels very brand new.
Yeah, I was surprised at some of the age of the movies. I was like, really? Has it not only been like 3 to 5 years?
Yeah,
It's not. It's been a lot longer than
it's been
that.
a lot. Yeah, been a lot longer. But obviously, when you make your big break, it's I think it was quite interesting. I was surprised he didn't make a big break like many years before, because he has all the attributes of an excellent human.
Hmm. I wonder if it's because he's so nice.
Yeah.
He just didn't push it.
Yeah, yeah, he's just too polite. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I'll wait for the
Oh,
next one.
no problem.
Yeah. All right. So let's go with number three. You could go
Hmm.
first. I wonder if we're gonna match any on our top three.
Oh, okay.
In fact,
Yeah.
I can already picture what your number one's gonna be because I know you spoke about it highly, and
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah,
Okay. So,
all right,
and I've got two honorable mentions because I've done movies.
yeah.
I know there's some series that
There's
we
some
should
series
probably
that is,
mention
yeah,
because
yeah,
one, especially as his biggest one.
Yeah, I
And
haven't
then there's
seen that series.
one that, yeah, and then there's one that
Yep.
that's got amazing reviews that's like brand new, but I haven't done it yet.
I haven't seen that one yet. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, so we'll mention that one as well. So,
Yeah.
okay, my number 3
Yeah.
is Argyle.
Really? I thought that was going to be your number one.
I know. I don't even know if you'll think my number 2. You'll be like, what was even in that?
Yeah, I thought Argyle would be your number one because you were mesmerized by him and his lovely haircut.
I mean, to be fair, the cat was my favorite.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I
That
do love Bryce Howard so much.
Yeah,
I love her. She's amazing.
It was a fun movie. Very
It was great
very
fun.
very slapstick.
It was completely OTT, and that's why I loved it.
Yeah.
It was almost the best. You know, we were talking about Airplane and Naked Gun 2.5 like before, and we were saying don't remake those because you just can't do it.
Yeah.
This was probably as close, I think, in this day and age as you're going to get to it being silly OTT, but getting away with it.
Yeah. Almost gave that sort of Austin Powers vibe, but but without as much sort of in your face comedy.
Yeah, definitely. So I loved it. It's great fun. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's really good fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Argyle was good fun. Like I said, I thought it was your number one, but yeah, Argyle was good.
I like to keep you guessing.
So my number 3 came out, I'd say before COVID. I'm thinking, how old have I been? I'd say maybe around 2016, 2015. I'm guessing. I can't remember exactly. But it was a film called The Man from U.N.C.L.E. So that was a remake of I think an old school TV show.
Like 60s or 70s
or
something. Yeah, it was quite old, Very popular though.
Yeah, and this remake, I think, obviously I never really watched the originals way past before my time, but I really enjoyed this movie. And obviously it was back when people were allowed to work with Armie Hammer before all his
what a downfall, mate.
for all his crazy scandals.
What a downfall, yeah.
But that film was really, really well put together. I thought the action scenes were really good.
Is it like a spy movie?
It was a spy movie, yeah. So set just after like the war, and they were trying to, I think in the film they were trying to prevent some bombings. So Henry Cavill's character had to work with Armie Hammer's character to prevent that, and it was very clever. It was like it was like a James Bond, say knockoff, but like it was along those lines where this film could have potentially had spawned a lot more sequels.
Yeah, I actually thought maybe you're right that maybe it would, and it would have been a little series, but
yeah. So like we said in Angelina Jolie week, Salt could have been gone on and done more. It's the same. It's the same with this, and when you think about all the films that get made nowadays that are absolutely terrible, when you've seen actual like films that work, why don't you keep work with those ones?
Yeah, really good, ratings, everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah,
like, come on guys.
But they go out there and they make, I don't know,
Tosh.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what is your number 2?
Okay, I think my number 2 is going to be like a real crazy out there surprise, because I really love this film.
Yeah.
And he's in it, but not loads.
Okay.
So it's almost like he's not even a character that I particularly like. But
all right,
because he's in it,
I think I know what you're gonna
classes.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
I don't think you are.
All right.
My number 2.
Yeah.
He played a character called Humphrey, and it is Stardust.
Stardust.
With
Stardust.
Yeah. You
Let me look.
must have seen it. It's lovely.
Let
It's
me
got
look this
so
up.
many famous people in it. And he plays the boyfriend who's a bit of a knob.
I can't imagine Henry Cavill being that.
So it's got Charlie Cox, who's one of my favourites
Yeah.
from Daredevil.
Of course, yeah.
Claire Danes is in it. Sienna
Yeah.
Miller's in it.
Michelle
Ian
Pfeiffer.
McKellen was in it.
Oh my God, Ben Barnes from Daredevil as well.
Yeah. So there is like a really good cast.
Yeah. Sienna Miller.
Yeah, tons.
Mark Strong. Yeah.
Yeah. Rupert Everett was in it.
Wow.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Real fantasy. I super loved it. And so I appreciate people might be like,
Stardust.
he wasn't like.
I think I did see this.
Yeah, it's a lovely film. But Claire Danes, she shines when she gets happy. She's like a
Yeah.
star.
Yeah.
So cute. And obviously Charlie Cox is the one you want her to be with.
Yeah.
Not the other guy, Victoria's boyfriend, Humphrey. So he's not in it a lot.
Yeah. Obviously she went for the
But
bad.
he's in it, and it's one of my favourite films.
Yeah.
Bit cheeky, that one.
Yeah. I think I need to watch that again, but it says it came out in 2007. So
it's lovely.
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did see it, but it's just not.
You should watch it with your little girl, because it's really funny. There's no profanity or nudity or anything. It's just a really lovely fantasy film, and
all right,
and it's quite funny at times as well.
Yeah, I think I need to go back and I think I can picture seeing it now. I've seen the poster for it. I can picture it in my mind, but I just can't remember the film.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2, where we were introduced to Mr. Cavill. I'll call him Mr. Cavill here, as the Man of Steel.
Oh, yes.
When they cast him, I took one look at his face and his physique, and I said, hell freaking yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, he was perfect. Because he's got a gentleness about him as well, which is perfect for the Clark Kent side. I know we didn't see that a lot, but it's a perfect,
And so it was Brandon Roth was before him and stuff like that, all well and good of his version. But when Cavill stepped in, the suit fit perfectly. He had the mannerisms of, so the New 52 sort of comics, the modern version of Superman, where he's just a little bit more gritty, a little bit more streetwise, still the Boy Scout, but he will do things that he needs to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's almost he's fresh to it.
Yeah.
So he's almost a little bit, not a baby, but
yeah,
he is starting out. And so
so he was, he is a Superman that we require for this era of life, that we can
fits really well. Yeah.
Get along with. All the other Supermans were almost trying to be futuristic, but still living with when it came up the values of the 1940s, 1950s.
Yeah.
Where they were trying to push that Boy Scout agenda sort of thing. Now you have to be a little bit tougher. You have to he's the only Superman that would inspire me to go to the gym.
Yeah, he really does look bloody good in that suit, doesn't he?
Yeah. Even without the suit, when there's that scene where he's moving the ships or he's training, and he's just has that barrel chest and big arms.
And the one where he walks out of the ocean by a lighthouse or something. I think everyone's like,
yeah, that made me leave the thing and say all right, cool, time to hit the gym. That's what I need to do. All the rest, Brandon Roth, I was like, okay, cool. They put the striations
coming
in your suit, oh, okay. But that film, Man of Steel, a lot of people hate it. Fantastic soundtrack. I loved that. Hans Zimmer put that together. And when I listen to my Hans Zimmer stuff, when I'm driving, stuff like that, the Man of Steel stuff always comes up in there. Absolutely love that. They had a great version of Zod.
Yeah. Evil, really evil.
Yeah, was it Michael Shannon or whatever his name is?
I don't know how anybody could have hated it.
Yeah, I think it's because people wanted that. I hate to use the word. They wanted that soft Superman. And they wanted the bumbling idiot sort of Clark Kent.
Yeah. No.
Like, oh, sorry, excuse me, sorry. Like, I don't want Hugh Grant as fucking Superman.
No. He was an excellent casting.
Yeah. So definitely for me, number 2 is Man of Steel.
Nice. That was obviously in my honorable mentions because it is.
So obviously honorable mention will obviously be Justice League, but the Snyder Cut. The other version, let's just wipe that from my memories. So the Snyder Cut, he was good in that as well. Obviously, there was a lot of cuts made within that movie anyway, which they cut out loads of pieces.
In Man of Steel.
In the Justice League Snyder's cut. Even the first one they made loads of took out loads of bits, but then in the Snyder cut, they still, it was still like I could tell there was a lot of bits missing.
Yeah.
And that's why they had the mustache gate as well, because he was shooting that movie and he needed to have a mustache.
Oh, that was so weird. It literally just looked bizarre. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
You're like, dude, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And he was already slightly annoying.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then obviously he showed up last year or the year before in Black Adam at the end, when Black Adam was saying that no one could beat him, and then all of a sudden he showed up and you're like,
yeah,
that would be a fight.
I loved that though. I liked the good timing and how it was pulling Black Adam into the rest of them, nice little, because the other people that we'd seen, well, certainly for me, they weren't mainstream characters for me. No. I'm sure they weren't for a lot of people. So to kind of bring him into the fold with the big guys, the big guns. Yeah, I thought that was really good. And then they're like, no more Black Adam. And you're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, no more Black Adam, no more Henry Cavill. And it's just like, do you know how perfect that would have been?
Yeah. And I don't think Henry Cavill is tainted with anything.
No.
Like, why did you need to get rid of him? Just let him carry on for a few more years.
Yeah. So obviously I'll give this new Superman his chance, like I gave Robert Pattinson his chance. Obviously a strange chance I gave Robert Pattinson, but he pulled it out of the bag. So I'll give this new Superman his flowers for now and see what he does for us. But he will never be my Superman. My Superman's always going to be Henry Cavill.
Yeah, nice.
All right, so number 1. Let's see what you got.
Number 1. Okay, so I was a bit torn because I actually really liked Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it. But that's by the by, that's an honourable mention. So my number 1 for him, and technically, because he gets bested, has to be Batman v Superman.
Oh no!
Have we joined, or do you hate it?
Oh, it's an honourable mention. But to each their own. There was
because I love the fact that Batman had him.
Yeah.
He had him.
Yeah, they took it from the classic comic anyway. So it was the
older...
Yes,
they did, but that's why it's good, right?
Yeah.
Because there's still so many people out there that didn't read the comments that are like, Superman take Batman. Superman can take Batman any day of the week, and you're like, you don't know.
You don't know Batman.
Don't know.
You don't know Batman.
And so, although
just so you know, and lives in your mind forever, I was the one who beat you, Clark.
Exactly. And so, although we're supposed to be celebrating Henry Cavill, it's still technically, I love it because you have to remember before, you never would have expected to see them in the same film, right? Yeah. I remember my friend who's an absolute geek was like, I'm so glad I'm alive.
Yeah, exactly. I've had plenty of those moments, and I understand I totally understand what it's just like little bits, like especially with the version of Lex Luthor with that bloody what's his name? They used not Michael Cera. It's not Michael Cera, was it? It was Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes.
Like him as bloody fucking Lex Luthor was terrible. It
Yeah, it
annoyed
did
me.
not go down well with
It
people, did it?
annoyed me beyond belief. And the version of uh Doomsday, like they could have made him so much more better, so much better.
Do you know what? He was strong, right? It took
He was strong.
all of them. It took
Yeah,
all of them. However, their problem, and this is the one I think they learned from, they gave everything away in the trailer.
yeah,
Nothing was a surprise. They should never have told us who the baddie was,
yeah,
right? Because then I think you would have been like, oh, wow. Whereas
yeah,
you were like, well, we know he's coming. So
yeah,
they failed miserably with putting too much into the trailer, even though we were
yeah.
crazy excited when we saw it. Now, I don't even watch the trailers because I want to be
Yeah, that's it.
surprised.
Yeah, I understand that. Even
Yeah.
same at the moment with Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm very like tentative to what I'm exposing myself to in regards to the
Yeah.
trailers.
Don't watch it because it's quite a long one. I saw it when I went to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they're speculating who's making a cameo and stuff like that. It's all well and good, makes great content, but I don't want it to be spoiled in any way because
No,
like all the
less
rest.
is more with trailers.
Yeah, especially when it's like something that people are really really looking forward to.
Yeah.
If they give everything away in in the trailer, they're clutching at straws.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah, definitely so.
Jesse Eisenberg ruined a lot of that film for me.
I know a lot of people felt the same way. Yeah.
If they put him in as maybe like the Riddler or something, that would have been fine. The way he was acting,
Yeah, I
or
think
like,
he needed to be bigger, like not massively
the
bigger.
Joker or something. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was unfortunate because he is a great actor.
yeah,
It was an odd casting.
yeah.
But I just can't let go the fact that that's
You know who would
proved
have
to
been great?
everybody how he's the best super.
Yeah, if they had brought back, is it Michael Rosenbaum, the one who played Lex Luthor in Smallville? If they had brought
Yeah,
him in,
yeah.
that would have been an absolute casting and a half.
Yeah, I think they were trying to go for, oh, let's do a slight guy, but make him really like treacherous. And
Yeah,
I
and
was
like
like,
really,
but that's not what we know.
yeah,
Again, if they'd given us a skinny Superman, it wouldn't have worked.
yeah,
So I'm not sure quite why they, but it didn't bother me as much as it did other people.
yeah,
I still like the fact that he was a knob.
yeah.
Um, but
He was just too, for
yeah,
me, he was just too wacky, you know?
they definitely put him out there.
Yeah,
And maybe that's why they went for him as opposed to a more classic.
yeah, yeah.
But
And then right at the end, you saw he brought in Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke, and literally, I think I levitated off my chair when I saw that bit because I was just like, this is it. This is what you do. Get rid of Jesse Eisenberg for the next one, but this is what I'm talking about. Like Joe Manganiello versus in Ben Affleck's Batman in a movie. Bang! Everyone just exploded.
yeah, so
Past the
for a piece of
tissues.
history, I've gone Batman, Superman.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I can see why. I can see why. All right, my number one. I grew up from a young age loving Greek mythology.
Oh,
So I used to watch anything like that. They used to have these old ones of like Perseus and stuff like that, and Jason and the Argonauts, stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
Terrible graphics
But they were huge for the
and
time.
animation. Yeah, but every time they were on, I'd watch them. I used to read books about Greek mythology all the time. My daughter, my middle daughter, her middle name is Athena, after the goddess of wisdom. You know, I had to put that in there. But
Nice.
also, when they brought out, obviously, I used to love the Hercules series that was on TV. Yeah, Xena, Warrior Princess.
Good old Xena. Get some girl
Yeah,
power in there.
even when they brought out 300 and all that sort of stuff. So there was a series of films that came out, and one was with the guy from he what's his name? I think he played Theseus. No, he didn't play Theseus. He played, is it Perseus? He was the guy from what's the one with all the blue people? Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah, the main guy in Avatar.
Sam.
He was played a Greek hero in one of these films. Then after his one came
Worthington. Sorry,
yeah,
Sam Worthington. Just came
Sam
to
Worthington.
me.
Yeah,
My sister will be shouting at you at the screen again.
yeah. So let me get down to it. Yeah, the film I chose as number one is a film called Immortals. So Immortals, Henry Cavill plays Theseus, one of the sons of half like demigod sons of Zeus.
Okay, I've not seen it.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that he's part god. And in this film or in this series, like gods are not allowed to interfere with issues of man. But then there's a guy, the main bad guy in it is played by Mickey Rourke, and he has discovered
pre or post facial surgery.
Midway.
Okay.
Definitely after. Definitely
not
after.
too odd.
Yeah. not like how he looks now. And he decides that he wants to unleash this army of like that was trapped by the gods to take the gods off Mount Olympus. And this is where Henry Cavill's character like comes into his own and figures out that he's got to help stop this from happening. And in this film, like obviously it's not the best. Most people won't like get into it, but there's being a fan of Greek mythology, to see stuff appear on screen where you have all like the characters and the monsters that you read about, and you get to see get a visual representation put on the screen, was great for me. Some of the fight scenes were absolutely brilliant.
Did he have a loincloth on for most of it?
There's a few moments where he has like old school Greek garb on.
Okay, like a toga.
Yeah, the toga, yeah.
I wonder if he was hanging free underneath.
You have to watch it, see if you can catch a glimpse. Yeah, there's a scene.
Good. Sounds good.
There's a scene in there where they're fighting in this pit, and Ares comes flying down from like Olympus.
Yes.
And he absolutely murks loads of these like monsters and stuff like that. This army of the damned is fantastic.
Nice. Oh, I'll have to look out for it. I've not heard of it.
Yeah. And obviously where Ares defied the rules, he ends up getting like...
Oh, Ares.
But they don't know that halfway through the film, I don't want to spoil it, but during most of the film, Theseus has like a teacher, and he doesn't know that this teacher, because obviously in Greek mythology, gods can like change their form and shape. Ooh. So the whole time, this guy he thought he was teaching him is actually Zeus, but no one knew that Zeus. Yeah,
that's so sneaky.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So number one for me is Immortals.
Awesome. I haven't got any other honorable mentions other than the new one. Have you got any?
I have. I enjoyed his role in Mission Impossible 6, like that great fight scene with him and that he had in. Well,
yes. Sorry, that should have been in there.
Yeah. So there's a scene where he's like getting.
No, it was a bad.
And he's like rolling his shoulders. Like, yeah. Yeah. So there was obviously I had the Snyder Cut Justice League, and last but not least, I had Enola Holmes.
Yeah, you love Enola Holmes. But also his most favourite, my mum's favourite, where she's obsessed with him.
Yeah.
And now won't watch the new one because he's no longer in it.
Is
The Witcher.
Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't seen that yet. A lot of people
loves it.
I know have seen it and they absolutely love it. And he's been
changed.
Him? Is it Liam Evans? No, Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah, no, Liam Hemsworth. Yeah, he's everybody is in uproar. Nobody is happy. Yeah, you should definitely watch the ones with him. If you love him, like my mum loves him, you will. It's like people's favorite thing that he's in.
Yeah, because the thing is, he loves stuff like pop culture. He loves like he's a super geek, which everyone knows, and one of the reasons he left The Witcher
Yeah.
is because he said it was moving too far away from source material.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons he left, because they would bring up new stuff, and he said, well, the character wouldn't do this, or the the comic or the thing wouldn't go in that direction. So
Yeah.
he said, no, I'm out. If you can't like keep it close to source material, I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And then the new one, which I
Yeah.
haven't watched, but I have heard good reviews from people
Yeah.
that like similar stuff to me.
It's the Guy
It's
Ritchie one, isn't it?
called, yeah, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah. And I think,
which apparently on IMDb says the British military recruits a small group of highly skilled soldiers to strike against German forces behind enemy lines during World War II.
yeah. And what's his name from Reach is in it as well. So two giant buff men on the screen for you, Debs.
Yes.
All right. So
Yes.
yeah, that's a good top three. Let us know what your top three Henry Cavill movies are, and just leave the answers in the comments. So, what have you been up to? What have you been watching? Obviously, you saw the amazing
Oh,
Kingdom of
so
Heavyweights.
I did. And I really enjoyed it. So I love Caesar, right? He's like amazing. And obviously, if you've watched the other movies, you know that he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
But weirdly, I didn't think about it and was like, oh yeah, let's go and watch Caesar. And then they recap what happened. And then I was like, oh no, who's going to step into those shoes? But the ape that does is great. Younger, so kind of a coming of age for him.
Yeah.
But yes, really enjoyed it. Actiony, moral, they have a real code that they stick to. And then you've got this whole bad bunch that are using Caesar as like I don't know why I did his name in speech bubbles then. Using Caesar as like their code. But they're doing bad things, so they're saying his name and they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So
like they've always, like, since the last however many years they've been doing them, they've just made such good stories. Like considering
and the computer stuff is amazing. I mean, it's so good. And I liked the story. It absolutely sets you up for the next one. Which is good. You'll be annoyed by one of the characters, but I think you're supposed to be.
Okay.
But yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I literally cannot wait. I am seeing that film this week because I need to be able to walk around with my head held high saying, say his words. What a wonderful day.
I would follow Caesar wherever he wanted me to go. It's not even him. But no, really enjoyed it. And considering Caesar is my favorite character and he wasn't in it, that's a good.
Anything else you've seen this week, or
what did I watch with Mum? We think we did watch. Oh no, we just watched Dog, which is a Channing Tatum like little comedy, sweet comedy. She hadn't seen it before and I had, so we watched that and I love him. I think he's a really good actor and never takes himself too seriously, but is very good at that sort of role. His timing is impeccable. And so it was a perfect Channing Tatum film. It's very sweet if you haven't seen it.
I've heard of it. It's the one where he takes the dog's a bit like naughty and it's sort of like
so he's like a proper military dog. His owner dies in battle.
Combat,
and the poor dog is like mental, like she just it's quite sad. And so he's asked, because he's been out for medical reasons for an injury to his brain, as a favor to maybe putting a good word into getting him back, they've asked him to take the dog to the funeral because the family want the dog at the funeral. But she is like psycho. And so it's their journey of the dog beginning to trust him and him understanding the dog. The dog is due to be put down at the end of it being at the funeral. I won't say whether or not that happens.
Yeah.
But it is a nice film.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sweet.
All right. So what I've been watching? I've started Fallout, which is such a good watch.
So good.
I think I'm just over halfway through now. You know, the episodes started to make sense. I wish now that I potentially played the games or like knew a bit more of the like Fallout lore. But I'm really enjoying the series.
Yeah, it's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, some of the characters are excellent. You know, I'd love one of those night suits.
Those suits with the big
Yeah.
hats.
Yeah.
You'd feel unstoppable, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'd rather be out in the open or be in one of the vaults. Like vault stuff seems a bit creepy, but you know.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'd take vault life.
Take the vault life. Yeah. Yeah, just in there, like, you know,
my happy little bubble world.
It kind of gives me the vibe of like, of Lost mixed with like, say, Hunger Games mixed with like Waterworld.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad they did it. Really good cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good characters. Wacky but not too crazy, you know.
And a lot of unexpected stuff happens as well, which is quite cool. So, but like I said, I'm only like, I think I'm 5-6 episodes in, but you know, some bits you think one thing's gonna happen, and then something totally different happens. So it's like I like the fact that you know you can't put your finger on anything with this one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you started it. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I've started watching a bit of another show on Netflix, which is called Half Bad, the bastard son of the devil himself.
Oh, lengthy.
Yeah. But it's set around like but based around like witches.
Okay.
And it's like it's like quite modern day tale. If you can imagine watching a grounded version of Harry Potter mixed with the in-betweeners, but not as much comedy. But if you can picture that along those lines of like teenagers going through their tropes, but surrounded in this world of like mystery.
Okay.
So I'm about 3 episodes in on that, and it's quite enjoyable.
Bit different.
It's a bit different. So if you get a chance to watch a few episodes of that, just have a look and let me know what you think.
Okay.
Another recommendation I found was I was flicking through TikTok, and there's a guy that I follow called Jake Talks Films, and he recommended it's like a short film. It's only 12 minutes long, but it's called Logan the Wolf, and it is kind of like a Viking version or like a Nordic version of Wolverine.
Yeah, I was going to say, anytime I hear Logan, I immediately think Wolverine.
Yeah. And I know he said it, but I'm going to say it as well. This is how you make films. There are so many
12 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, like, nice.
Not for just 12 minutes. Obviously, it could be stretched out a lot longer. But whoever choreographed the action scenes knows what the hell they're doing. There are films out there that have like hundreds of £1 million budget, all right, that couldn't put this together. So it's 12 minutes long. It's on YouTube, and it's called Logan the Wolf. The fight scenes are insane. Like, just think Vikings, but they have a variation of Wolverine. So they've got their axes, their spears.
Oh, okay.
All that sort of stuff. Yeah. And they're going after this guy that they've heard about, and it turns out to be freaking Wolverine.
I hope he took them all out without any spoilers.
Oh my God, the way he takes them out. All right. This is, if you like superheroes and you like superhero lore and all that sort of stuff, people need to give this guy all the money. Get on his GoFundMe page or whatever like that. He needs to do a deal with. Unfortunately, you probably have to do a deal with Disney.
Oh no!
to get some. In fact, not all. Actually, he could do a deal with Sony, because Sony still have Marvel content. Give him that, but give him the whole budget.
Did
And
you
let
say
him.
it was on Netflix?
No, it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. Give him the budget, all right, and just say run with it. Because even at the end, they introduce another character, Viking style version of Magneto.
Oh, is that going to be the next 12-minute one?
Potentially.
Ooh.
Because I know it's on YouTube. I know it's a short, and I know it's potentially fan made, but that is how you make a movie.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah. Other than that, I watched obviously the Tyson Fury fight, which was a great fight.
Yes, I heard about that. He didn't win though, did he?
He didn't win. Usyk won, which was
fair, apparently.
Yeah, he should have won, but he should have won what I believe he should have won. He should have won earlier. That fight was that round where he almost had Tyson Fury out was stopped very early. There was a standing count, which was ridiculous because he was still on his feet. It could have carried on. I don't know if they did that because the referee wants to make sure he gets his paycheck and there's a rematch. But in the end, it should have been for me a unanimous decision, not a split decision.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying absolute joke that people thought Fury should.
I don't know who the judges. One of those judges. I don't know whose payroll he's on. But yeah, definitely that should have been a unanimous decision for Usyk. And in my mind, I don't know if there is going to be a rematch. I don't know how much. Obviously, Tyson Fury is a great fighter. Yeah, respect him all the way. But I don't know. Huh?
Can he keep going though?
Oh yeah, come on. He's a gypsy. They can fight till the age of like 110.
Yes, Debs, he's a gypsy, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he could die. He could die, resurrect himself, and still go have a fight and win.
And does he? I don't really follow him, but does he care about the win more than the money, or not? Does he just do it because he's quite good at it and he gets a load of money, or is he actually like crazy competitive?
Oh, he is definitely crazy competitive. The fights, some of the fights he's been in, the fact that he still gets in there and takes those punches, and Tyson Fury is always going to be a target because he was unbeaten, and two, that he's such a big personality, and he can he's great on the mic, so he can rub people up the wrong way.
Yeah. And he's not classic, like he doesn't look like a classic boxer, right? Certainly not for his size.
No.
And yet he defies that. And
yeah, he his body defies gravity and like just general physics. But he's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong, I thought Usyk was going to win because I've seen what Usyk has done to other fighters. I've seen Usyk's like resume for a number of years now, and he's top notch.
Yeah.
But when I think about a rematch potentially happening in October, which is supposed to be, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like the belts need to go somewhere. But I know the money floating around, the big money going around would be Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, with or without belt, with or without belts.
Well, I wonder if they will.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. Tyson Fury does deserve his rematch. If he does do the rematch, I think he's the version of Tyson Fury that may turn up if he really wants it. Could be the first person to deliver a loss to Usyk, and a loss that could happen before 12 rounds.
Yeah.
Like if we get the Tyson Fury who turned up in the Deontay Wilder 2 fight, it could be it could be a bad night out for Usyk. All right, so let's move on to a few screenshots.
Yes.
So one of them, we'll do last, because not last, but let's have a look. So the ones I sent you, Adam Sandler Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore 2 officially confirmed at Netflix. I've seen Adam Sandler's Instagram post about it, and I've seen Shooter McGavin's rebuttal to it.
I really like Happy Gilmore. It's absolutely one of my favorite Adam Sandler films. I love it. I'm pretty sure I might even put it as my number one. Oh no, Wedding Singer was my number one. And so yeah, great fun. And they can there's loads of golfing tournaments all the time, right? So it's quite easy, I think, to do a sequel. Again, not sure, maybe something will happen so that he loses his streak or something.
Well,
I've not seen any trailers, so
yeah, they're both a lot older now, so I don't know if there's going to be something where they bring their, like, they have sons or something like that, and the sons go up against each other, or like Shooter McGavin's son challenges Gilmore for his honor.
He's like the perfect Shooter McGavin, isn't he? Such a perfect casting for that annoying character.
Obviously the jokes can, as long as they keep everything the same, they don't try and change it for today's sort of
I don't think he will. I don't think that's really his style.
No, he doesn't. Adam Sandler doesn't really give a crap, you know what I mean? He can do what he wants. He's a comedy god.
Oh, that's good. That's good news.
Yeah, so I would definitely look forward to seeing Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah, same.
All right. The other one that I found, or I think you or me found it. One of us found it. Was by CEX, the game company that they're on their Instagram. They posted, if not Ryan Reynolds, who'd you cast as Deadpool? McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines are confusing. But that's just a sidebar. But yeah, if not Ryan Reynolds, who'd you cast as Deadpool? For me,
I think this is hard.
There is no one else. I do have some names, but there is no one else. Like,
no.
Ryan Reynolds is the only person who was born to play that character. If you go all the way to, like, say, two guys and a girl, two guys and a girl, like, that's when I first came across Ryan Reynolds when I was like a teenager. He used to have a show on Trouble TV where they had two guys and girls in a pizza shop. I think that's the name of it. Yeah, and then obviously he went on done Van Wilder and stuff like that. Even back then, just his voice, his cadences, his movement, like, when you have your inner voice in your head, like, Ryan Reynolds' voice should be most people's inner voice.
He does. I don't know how he does it, but he does masculine and manly.
Yeah.
And really silly and cheeky, like, but it blends so well. Yeah.
So, like, when people like to narrate stuff, because he's such a good narrator. He's right when it comes to, like, narration in a movie, or like inner thoughts of a character during a movie, almost like breaking the fourth wall. I put him right up there with Morgan Freeman.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. So recognizable.
Yeah.
And just the feeling around how he says it as well, not just the sound, but how he manages to make the words feel.
Yeah. No, he's definitely a great narrator. That's why when it comes to Deadpool, he's not only does he have the perfect style for the character, he just has, Deadpool's used to breaking the fourth wall anyway. So you're hearing his thoughts, he's talking to the camera, and it just fits Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, because not everybody can do that.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear who else you thought might be able to take over.
All right. One of the characters, one person I think could take over, who could have had it before we saw Ryan Reynolds as in suit, is actually in Deadpool. He plays Deadpool's best friend, Weasel. And it's TJ Miller. He's a comedian who's very scatty, very wild. He's huge. I think he's like 6'5" or something like that. Massive guy. He's the one in Deadpool who works behind the bar. When they're always like having like slanging matches with each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, talking about his face and then like, can you put your mask back on, sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Got you.
Yeah. So TJ Miller potentially could do it. And other than that, the other name I had was two names. They're both brothers. Is potentially James or Dave Franco.
Okay.
They're the only ones I could think have that sort of scattiness about them. Could like sort of like manipulate their faces, and you can actually see them like talking to themselves.
Yeah, it's because you can get everything from him.
Yeah.
From behind the mask.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So it's a tough one. Those are on that question. Those are the only three people I could think of. But that role is made for Ryan Reynolds.
So
if it's the kind of one where, God forbid anything happened to him, then you'd understand that that would be the last film.
Yeah,
never happen again.
Even recast it. Yeah.
Yeah. Where so like when they with Black Panther, obviously Chadwick, God rest his soul, passed away, and they just completely retconned it, like cut it off. It's like, come on, mate, there's so many other actors who could do the role.
Yeah, and I appreciate they were probably doing it out of respect, because what a wonderful man, right?
Yeah.
And how
Amazing.
he lived with his illness and still gave everything.
Yeah.
And when you can see him getting polio without even knowing it, now you look back and you're like, oh my God, he really was getting, there was less of him as a person. And I fear that he would have wanted the character to have gone on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, he managed to bring it to the forefront, and it was this amazing, achievement and stuff. He absolutely would have wanted it to have gone on. I hope they do think about it later on, and
it's not like it's never happened in movies before. It's not like it hasn't happened in Marvel before. They simply switched out Terrence Howard for what's his name, Don Cheadle for for War Machine, and like obviously they're about to take out they're putting in Harrison Ford now, because is it something I can't remember his name. William Hurt passed away.
Yes,
So now they're swapping in Harrison Ford to take over the role. And it's like, okay, people are just gonna have to accept it.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's a role that needs to continue, and unfortunately, in real life, these characters, these people may have passed away. But
how can you pretend Wakanda doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age, with it being like forefront of technological amazingness. Like,
So for me, I, like that could have carried on. But if anything happened to Ryan, obviously, shut down Deadpool. That is what it is. He is that character. It's even like, again, with like say Blade. When people say Blade, they think Wesley Snipes. Yes, they're going to make new ones, but it's going to take a while for people to sort of get used to it.
Yeah, so iconic.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic character though, right?
Yeah.
Easily done again, not repeating the old movies. He's got a whole load of back catalogue, hasn't he?
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. His face, every day he walks out his house, no matter what he does, he looks like Tony Stark.
Yeah. And he is a perfect Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Like, even if you didn't even like see him in a Marvel movie, you'd see him and you'd be like, who'd be good, be a really good Tony Stark. All right. So last one. This was a quick one that I saw, and it was again two characters who cannot be replaced. It said this was from Covered Geekly. It says Disney, Austin Butler eyed by Disney to replace Johnny Depp in Pirate 6. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Firstly, we don't need a fucking Pirate 6, right?
Yeah.
We've had 5 of them.
Yes, you could give me Pirates 12. As long as Johnny Depp's in it, I'm cool with that. All right. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. All right.
2, but 5 is quite substantial. Yeah, Number 2, nobody can play it other than. Do you know what? When you first sent it to me, I was like, F off. No.
Yeah.
And then I was like, is it because I haven't seen him in that role? would his little Joker smile be quite like, would he be able to play like tricks? And I'm like, no, you were right the first time. Your gut instinct was correct.
Yeah, he just doesn't have that je ne sais quoi to be Jack Sparrow. Even if they played a younger version, the only person I think who could play a younger version of Johnny Depp, and he already potentially has, is Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, okay.
I think if he was a young version of Jack Sparrow, and they showed him leading up to
might work,
how he became that drunk degenerate.
Yeah, because he does. I think he is able to sort of, move in that same sort of way. Yeah.
Obviously, we can tell that he's not an action man from obviously watching June, but to be like obviously, have you seen him in Willy Wonka or in Wonka?
I've not done Wonka, no.
Yeah, he definitely has. He can adopt those mannerisms of Johnny Depp or Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
So, but Austin Butler
so we'll maybe allow a Chalamet to do a younger version.
Yeah, and Chalamet has a softer face as well. Not as I wouldn't say as animated as say Austin Butler's.
Yeah.
And I've only seen Butler. Obviously, he was great in Elvis.
Heard that. I've not seen it. So that's yeah.
Yeah, and obviously he's in June, but he's very intense in June. You know, he could play a very good bad guy. He could be a very good bad guy. He has the face. He has the face for a bad guy.
Faces.
But
how I feel about it.
Yeah, but I know actors, obviously they have their chops. They can do different things. They can adopt different roles. But just for me personally, looking in from the outside, I can't see him doing it. But I could see if they were going to go prequel, Timothy Chalamet. If they continue to go all the way to Pirates 25, it better be Johnny Depp for me.
Yeah, I hope they would get him back into it and that he would want to.
Yeah. But like they said to me, all right, okay, cool. We're going to put Austin Butler in as like John Wick. I'd burn the studio down.
No. Again, nobody should do that other than that's Keanu's, right?
Exactly.
Nobody else is.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's wrap it there, everyone. I'd like to thank you for joining us for another episode. We would like to know what your top 3 Henry Cavill movies are. And if you have any recommendations of what we should watch, please let us know. Other than that, I need to see Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. Like I've said that about 20 times today, but it's been stuck.
And I do want to watch If.
Yes, I do want to.
Imaginary Friends. I don't have a kid to take with me.
You don't
maybe go at a quiet time.
Yeah. What's his name then as well?
So he literally
Ryan Reynolds.
So many famous people.
Ryan Reynolds is in it. Yeah. And before we leave, I just want to draw attention to one of the old merches. Back when you had your red hair.
I know.
Yeah, I was searching around today.
Love it.
Throwing some of the old through the camera. Yeah.
Anybody you want one?
Yeah. Not as buff as I used to be, but hey, it's all right.
Oh, come on.
All right, everyone, please follow us on all socials. X, Facebook, Twitter. I said it again. X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. We're on them all. So yeah, please follow us and help our channel grow. I've been Klynton.
And I'm Debbie.
Everyone be good. And if you can't be good, be the best at being bad. Bye.